Hello, Carrots here, and welcome to video 27 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. There's still no changes to the crew. We're all got the same characters as last episode. We're opening this episode at Plumbob Island, where we've got most of the adult Sims and some children. That bird picture, I'm pretty sure I have seen it before, but it's not one I see often. Also, the one Craig's painted's interesting. Yeah, we're going to have a look at the toddlers here, and Judy's going to start learning to play the guitar now that she's discovered all of the 8 potions that are available from the chemistry table. I've started Jeannie working at the chemistry table as well now, and these 3 are still painting different pictures or sometimes lots of duplicates. Here we are, we've got Wendy and Terry getting to know each other and becoming friends in the playpen. They're playing lots of peekaboo. Little toddlers working hard, developing their charisma skill. At least they don't mind working hard while it's fun for them to do it. And these pair are playing happily together. I wonder if they'll always be happy to play together as they grow up. You just have to keep clicking on the playpen and telling them to play with the other toddler. With each play action, it doesn't last very long. I thought you might like to have a close-up look at some of the toddlers in this episode, because the next episode they're getting left behind while some of the adults head off to China. So the toddlers won't feature at all when we get to do that one. And actually, the next few episodes we're not going to see much of toddlers because we're going to be travelling to different worlds. And while I can take the toddlers with me, I probably won't, at least not very often. Judy's learning the guitar skill. For no particular reason, it's just that she hasn't got that skill yet, so I thought she might as well have it as well. So here we go, painting more pictures. That's Muriel, Josephine, and Diana. Just keep them painting, seeing what happens. And I think after this episode we probably won't be doing very much painting either, because they found a lot of different paintings, some of which I have never seen before. But there's a lot of duplicates coming up now. Now, it's been a long time since I've done much with Merrill, so I thought it was time to send Merrill to the Spring Festival. And when I went over to this festival after a while to see what she was doing there, I discovered, to my surprise, that she was doing this muscle dance. We've seen Merrill do this dance before at the festival. This is still a spring festival at the moment. So this is not Meryl's only appearance in this episode, but it's her only solo appearance in this episode. When we send the Sims to China, Meryl gets left behind to babysit the toddlers. So again, you won't see her when we all go to China. She's the one that stays behind. Didn't want to risk the babysitter with the toddlers, just in case we didn't get them back. We'll go back to Plumbob Island. See Judy still practicing the guitar. I brought Hayley over. I thought it's time she'd spent some time with her little girls. They hardly know their mother. And here she is playing with Wendy, and she'll have a little game with her and give her a bottle, and then she'll play with Jerry for a while. Leave Terry to his own devices in the playpen. You can see Jerry in the other playpen behind Hayley at the moment. So that's what the toddlers are up to at the moment. And we've got Muriel in the background taking time out with Stella Dog. I think we've just about got everybody across to Plumbob Island right now, even the cat. He's paying his first and probably only visit to Plumbob Island. You never can tell what I'll do in another episode. But I can tell you that in the next episode, there will be some Sims in China for at least part of the episode, because I've already recorded it, so I know the future, but not all of it. And there is Muriel still playing with Stella Dog, and Wendy's got the bottle now, having a drink. Hopefully Harley will go over and pick Jerry up out of the playpen and have a little play with her to get to know her other little girl. Stella Dog's enjoying that game, and I think Muriel's had enough. Maybe she's going to go and do some more painting. What a surprise. I would like her to get that third opportunity. But she's got to paint a lot of masterpieces. That's the opportunities that you get from the painting skill itself, not from a career or any other opportunity. It's one of those three things that you can achieve from advancing your painting skill. There you go, Jerry's getting a bit of a cuddle from Mum now. Diana's happy about something. She's still on her magic uniform from her magician career. Poor little Jerry, she's probably wondering who this strange Sim is who's come to play with her, because she's barely seen her mother. Harley taught her to walk and talk, but since then, that's a long time ago for a little toddler. Long time since she's seen her mum. And Jerry gets a bottle too. That made her like this strange person a little bit better. Food. That's cupboard love. Whoever gives them the food is the one that they love the most. Somebody said to me once that the love that children feel for their parents is called cupboard love. I've always remembered that one. So we got Judy back learning the guitar, and I thought that other side of the room's a little bare, and I like the upright piano, so I went and bought them a upright piano. It's custom content, of course. There isn't one of them in the game that came from EA. And I decided that since Muriel has actually finished her lifetime wish, she could play the piano. I don't think anybody in the game needs to actually learn the piano for any particular reason. I just thought I'd like to have one in the house for them. So this is all that goes on at Plumbob Island in the second top basement. Everybody is learning something or working on something that they should know. Even the toddlers. I don't think the cat and the dog are doing very much learning at the moment, though. They could be outside doing a bit of hunting. But down in the bottom basement, there is a wishing well. It's not very well decorated, but Sam needs to improve his fishing skills, so I sent him down there, and the pixies visited while he was there. Isn't he lucky? And now Hayley's getting very domesticated, and she's reading a book to little Benji. He's still got a few of his toddler books that he has to read. And I don't think Terry's read any yet. So I guess we will be seeing a bit more of the toddlers occasionally. Just not very often. So enjoy them while you get to see them on this episode. I spotted these two having a rather strange dance, so I thought I had to put that on the video. They've just each finished a painting and decided to celebrate by the look of it. But Craig hasn't got time for dancing. He has to work on his painting and then his inventing skills to complete his lifetime wish. Looks like nothing much is happening there. Bella Vista Beach. Well, we sent Sam off to do some more rescuing of Sims from drowning, hopefully. No idea how many more he's got to rescue. It's quite frustrating when there is a Sim drowning and screaming for help, and Sam just stands there or sits there and ignores them completely. Especially when I provided him with assistance, but he's always got either Judy or Meryl to help him with the CPR victims that decide to collapse on the beach. He's got Meryl today. She's come home from her dancing time at the festival, at the Spring Festival, where she was dancing by herself for this muscle dance we saw earlier. And now she's splashing in the water, waiting for somebody to need CPR on the beach. Sam looks like he's surveying the beach. He's got one likely swimmer in the water, but that Sim doesn't appear to be wanting to drown at this point. Although they are swimming out into deeper water. There it is, drowning Sim, Sam, come and get him. What's Sam going to do? Looks like Sam's just going to stand there. He's probably decided that he's surveying the beach and can't be disturbed from his surveying duties to go and rescue a drowning Sim. Doesn't he realise the whole point of surveying the beach is so he's alert to drowning Sims so he can go and rescue them before they drown? I always think it's so unrealistic the way they stick their hands up above the water and shout, calling for help, because if you were genuinely drowning, you wouldn't be capable of lifting your hands up above the water, and you've got no breath to scream for help. But this bloke's decided he's not going to hang around for rescue. He's going to get into a taxi and go somewhere else. What he's going to do somewhere else, I don't know, but he's going there. Now, Sam has never sat in the lifeguard's chair, and I decided that maybe if he was sitting in the lifeguard's chair, he might react more quickly next time there's a drowning Sim, because he missed that one completely. That Sim just got into a taxi and went home. No point staying at that beach, the lifeguard's hopeless. Now we've got another drowning Sim. Is the lifeguard's chair going to be of any assistance? Like, is Sam going to actually try to rescue the Sim? See, that would be impossible if you were really drowning. There is no way you'd have your hands waving in the air. You wouldn't be capable of lifting them out of the water. That's just for somebody who's getting into a bit of trouble, not someone who's actually drowning. So Sam's going to wait till he is actually drowning before he throws in his life preserver. That's it. I guess that'll count towards a rescue. There's somebody up at the beach getting CPR as well. I suspect Meryl's helping up there. Sam's got much better at his swimming lately. I think that's the art gallery in the background there, that orange and yellow thing building behind the beach. Yes, Meryl's getting into the action there, rescuing a Sim. That looks like Christopher Collins that she's rescuing there. He was very helpful at the very beginning when Hayley was first starting to look for Refuge Island. I think if Hayley hadn't got that opportunity to look for Refuge Island, I don't think I would have even considered trying to get all 8 islands. But the early islands just came so quickly that I thought, maybe I can get 8. We've got 1 to go. We've got 7. 1 more. And Sam has to keep rescuing Sims from drowning if we're going to ever get that island. Because he's done all of the other requirements, he just needs to rescue 35 Sims from drowning. And CPR doesn't count. That's why I don't get him to do it. I get Meryl or Judy to do that. Today it's Meryl's shift. Judy's at home playing the guitar, entertaining the toddlers while Muriel plays the piano. I thought this would be more interesting watching Sam rescue Sims at the beach. He's having a bit of relaxation here, splashing in the water. You'd think he'd already won his key to the city island, wouldn't you? Well, he's splashing there. Bit of a group discussion going on. Maybe they're discussing the quality of the lifeguard. Or is that blooming Meryl, is she trying to chat up Christopher Collins? He's a married man with a family, but I don't think she'd mind. If he was rich, she'd be happily there to ask him to break it up and marry her so she could see his ghost. She wouldn't worry that he's got a wife and children at home. She's evil, and she's mean-spirited. Those ghost stories at the beach seem to be popular lately. Go on, Sam, you've got another drowning Sim. You better go get him. He's not moving, he's just watching. Maybe that Sim will go in that boat. He spun into his swimming togs. Maybe he will go and try to rescue them. There he goes. Action man. Now he's having a think about it. Does he want to get into the water or not? Probably not at this point. There he goes. He's on the move now. At least he can swim fast now. Once he gets swimming, as long as he stays swimming, he'll get out there quickly and rescue that Sim from drowning. I think he's going to do it too. That's another one he doesn't have to still get. He's back on the beach with his rescued Sim, thinking about following him in. Will that Sim require CPR? There's nothing much I can do when a drowning victim comes in and requires CPR. I can't get Meryl or Judy to do that one. Sam always has that as part of his rescuing the Sim from drowning process. But fortunately, they don't always require CPR when they get out of the water. Looks like it was a female Sim that he rescued, and I wonder if he knows her. She's probably going to thank him now. Will there be hearts between them or not? No, she's just going to walk straight past. Ignored him completely. Poor Sam. All that effort, and she didn't even want to speak to him. There's a few Sims on the beach. The shadows are getting long. The day must be coming to a close. The shift will end. And later on, I decided that Diana needs to work on her lifetime wish. So I sent her off to the festival. It was evening by now and dark. Even though it doesn't really look very dark, it is night time. And she's gone to the Spring Festival to perform for tips. When she's finished this little performance, she will be pretty much in the middle of level 7 of her career. Now back to Plum Bob Island. It's a busy place back here. We've got Josephine, by the look of it, is there working in the background on her chemistry, trying to learn all the potions. Diana's come home from her gig in the festival grounds. It wasn't really a gig, she was just performing for tips. Hayley's still there, listening to the guitar music that Judy's playing. And the toddlers are all still in the playpens, learning various skills. Jeannie is painting, and so is Craig. Craig is the only one that has to be doing what he's doing now. Everybody else is just doing something for the sake of doing it. Craig has to get that skill, that painting skill, mastered. And then he'll be concentrating on inventing skill. Now we're going back to the beach, Crystal Waters Beach this time. Sam's got another shift. It's the next day. It must be Monday today in the game. There's Sam chatting. Now he's got another sim coming up to chat with him. Doesn't seem to be any hearts between them. Now there's a threesome having a conversation. Is Sam watching the water? Is he surveying the beach? He's just run off. There's a sim in the water needing assistance. There's no way that sim is drowning. Our hands are too far above the water. But they must think they're in trouble, so they've called for help. And Sam, being the dutiful lifeguard that he is, he's swum out. And he's going to try to rescue them. After he has a good long think about it, that is. This fish is still jumping in the background. I wonder how many more rescues he's going to have to do before he gets that island. What is this? A message from the mayor. Key to the city is his. Yes! That was number 35 rescue, peoples. So Sam has rescued his 35 sims. And he's been awarded the key to the city. Of course, that means we don't have to look for any more islands. From here on in, we're just going to be working on lifetime wishes and travelling to a few different worlds to see what we can see when we go there. And this is looking at Key to the City. Looks like a pretty little island. It's only a tiny little island with a teeny tiny lot on it. I suppose it's not really that tiny. It's a 30 by 40 lot, but you really wouldn't want to build a resort on a 30 by 40 lot. But it could be a nice little place for somebody to build a house on to live on. Maybe if I come back here and split up the household, they can each buy one of the islands off the household that's left owning them all. Let's have a look at it from map view. So that's the island, and this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bye bye for now. Carrots out.